What's up, everybody? You're watching the official Joseline's Cabaret New York after show only on Damien After Dark. I'm so glad you're joining me here. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to the channel by clicking the subscribe button, like this video by clicking the thumbs up button, and joining the conversation by getting in the comment section below and leaving me your thoughts and opinions. If you want to support the channel, you can donate. In the description box below will be ways that you can donate using payment applications like Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, and Zelle. I'll also post my Amazon wish list for those who want to go there. Thank you so much for everybody who supports the channel. I love you guys. Mwah. Now, before we start, if you have not checked out the Baddies East Season 4, Episode 4 After Show Live, it went live tonight at 9 p.m. if you want to check that out. It's on my channel now. We had a good time over there. Make sure you tune in each and every Sunday night to the Baddies East After Show at 9 Central. That is 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern Time, 7 p.m. West Coast Time. Okay? Pacific Time. So, we are at the season finale of Joseline's Cabaret. Episode 12. Season is over. I don't really know where to begin with this. Before we start, let me just say, some people were saying when I did the Baddies East after show that they didn't really care for Joseline's Cabaret. It wasn't good this season. And now that I've watched the whole season, I can say that I didn't think the season was bad. However, I did expect more. Let me say that. I think a lot of this season there was a few episodes that were filler. I think the first half of the season was better than the second half. You can tell the second half of the season, they were kind of running out of ideas. They were kind of running out of things. I mean, there was nothing really happening, more so to speak. Let me say that. There was nothing really going on. Everybody was getting along. There wasn't really any drama or any beef. I do want to say, if it not been for Wet this season, this season would have really been a bore. She carried a lot of this season on her back with her fights, with her confessionals, with, just bringing the excitement in the room, bringing her infectious energy. A lot of the girls were either fucking, getting along as best friends. It wasn't a bad season, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't the best season. I think the best seasons go from Atlanta, Vegas. For me, Atlanta, Vegas, Miami, New York. That's my rating. If I had to rate them from best seasons to worst seasons. Season 2, Season 3, Season 1, Season 4. Let me know what you think. What would you rate the seasons best to worst? So this episode starts with the girls moving out of the mansion. All the girls have their things. They have their belongings. They're going straight from the mansion to rehearsal because they're doing their final performance at Starlet's tonight, where Joseline will then be choosing who all is going to go on tour with her on the Cabaret tour, which is happening now. If you want to go see the girls in action, the Cabaret is on tour live right now. I'm sure you can go to Joseline's Instagram page, go to her website. It's the Dun Cha Cha tour. So, did y'all notice how Egypt asked Miss Natural on the way out, "You coming back to Michigan with me?" I guess I don't know if they're in like a little relationship or what. I don't know what's happening. I'm wondering if we'll get a reunion. I'm hoping we'll get a reunion to get some, even though there wasn't a lot happening, we could at least get a one-part reunion to tie up loose ends within the season. But I did feel like they focused a lot heavily on the relationships between the girls, like Egypt and Precious, and Egypt and Miss Natural, and Miss Natural and just, all the different girls and their lesbian love affairs, which is fine, and that may have been the only content they had. That could have been really the only thing that they had to give. I don't know. So they head to their last rehearsal. Daisy says she doesn't think Joseline's going to choose many people because last season she only chose Raven and Diamond to go with her on tour. Which we see now, where is Raven and Diamond? I thought that was very interesting how they came onto the show as full-time cast members, being willing to film for season 4, to literally running off the show when Joseline choke slammed Raven. Y'all remember, like in episode 1 or 2, she choke slammed Raven, and when Diamond found out what happened, she literally like left the show. Now, as they're rehearsing, Andrea is still behind. Andrea is still slacking a little bit. We talked about that last week. I've noticed, if you notice, every time they perform, Andrea is either behind, she's ahead. And this time, Ricardo calls her out about it, the choreographer. I think that's his name. I hope I haven't been calling him the wrong name the whole season, but I always think it's Ricardo. But he calls her out on it, and apparently she backtalks him. And it sounded like he said, "I'm not Joseline, don't talk to me like that." But then again, I don't know if that's what he said, but that's just what it sounded like to me. So, while they're rehearsing, did y'all notice when Danny had the nerve? I gotta give it to her, because the girl had balls. When she told Joseline to get out of her way when she's performing, homegirl had balls, because I was like, damn, Danny, I gotta give it to her. Not many girls would say something like that to Joseline, because most girls are scared of her. But she told her to get out of my way when I'm performing. And I was like, ooh, I'm really surprised Joseline didn't knock her upside the head. Joseline took it lighter on her than I thought she would. I'm just shocked. I'm like, damn, girl, you don't know, you can't read the room. Joseline's done cussed you out twice, and now you telling her to get out of the way when this is her show? I'm shocked she didn't get rocked. So, the girls end up doing their final performance at Starlet's. Just like last episode, they're on skates. There's fire coming out of their skates. They're doing all these tricks. Joseline's performing all these songs. And I was thinking, as I was watching and listening, Joseline does have a lot of catchy ass songs. I might not always understand or know what she's saying, but she's got some catchy ass music, from Doon Cha Cha in this bitch to Baby Boy, Live Your Best Life, Do It Like It's My B-Day, baby, to You in the wrong place, bitch, I know he'll kill you dead. You know, she's got some little bops, you know. But the shows, like the Cabaret show that they did tonight that we saw on the show, looks like a good time. I would go to it. Like, if it was in my town, I would go to it. But I'm not going to drive, like, I don't know where she's coming. I think maybe Atlanta might be the closest that she's coming to me, probably. And Atlanta's like 3 or 4 hours for me. I'm not going to, it's not worth it for me. Like, I don't care that much. But if it was a Saturday night, I had nothing to do, the tickets were cheap, it was in town, I would go, because it looked like a good time. Like, it genuinely did. I'm not even going to hate on them. It looked like a good time. The girls were all in sync for the most part. The music is catchy. You know, it's an intimate venue, so you see the girls up close and personal. So I'm down for it. And I think one of my subscribers here said that they went and had a good time. It was either that or it was the Baddies show. I don't know. One of my subscribers went to one of these and said they had a good time. Now, towards the end of the episode, all the girls are in their confessionals talking about their experience on the show, what their experience has been like. And before I say this, let me just preface it by saying I know that a lot of these girls are just very happy to be on TV. They're excited to be making life-changing money for them, you know, making good money so they can support their families and they don't have to strip necessarily, you know, being on TV, doing the lights, camera, action thing, the fame, the drug of it all. I get it. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to say that to say, like, I'm trying to think of the right way to say it so I don't come off sounding like an asshole. Like, I get that they're happy and proud to have the opportunity to do this show. But at the same time, when I'm listening to these girls say it, I'm just like, it's all so fucking fake as fuck, because what's gonna happen, they're talking about, like, who was it that said, it was T-Love, I believe. And a lot of the girls were saying similar things along these lines. Thank you, Joseline, for believing in me when I didn't believe in myself. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And like I'm saying, I understand. They're grateful. But at the same time, it's only going to take one thing for y'all to do to piss Joseline off. And you're going to be the next Raven. And you're going to be the next Lucky. And you're going to be the next Big Lex. And you're going to be the next Daisy. Which we'll get into Daisy here in a second. As soon as y'all piss Joseline off, she's going to choke slam you. She's going to call you a stupid fucking $2 dick-sucking hoe trick bitch. And drag you by your hair. So that's why I just don't buy all this, like... But that's why I say I get it. Because they're riding the wave. And they're riding the moment. And they're getting their money, going on tour, you know... walking on eggshells until they can get out, I guess. I don't know. Now, Daisy talks about, you know, in her little exit confessional, she says, you know, I'm really excited to be going on tour with Joseline, because at the end of the day, Joseline does tell all the girls, y'all, at the end of the performance, she says, you girls, that was the best performance you all did. You know, I want to take all of you on tour with me. And in Daisy's exit confessional, she says, you know, I'm so excited to be going on tour with Joseline, only to find out ultimately Daisy's not on the tour. If you follow Joseline on Instagram, she's been promoting the tour, and you can see that Daisy's not a part of it. The rest of the girls are, for the most part. And the tour is going on now, and Daisy's obviously not a part of the tour. Now, what happened? What happened? Well, for one, I've always said this, and you can go back to prior videos and pull the receipts. I've always thought that Daisy, or Joseline, was threatened by Daisy, because Daisy was one of the more prettier girls that she's had on those particular seasons. On the seasons that Daisy was on, she was some of the prettier girls, and I think that Joseline is threatened and intimidated by bringing Daisy around, not because she thinks Daisy is prettier than her, only because she knows that her man, Ballistic, will get all up in them Daisy delights. He get all up in them, in Daisy's delight, all up in them guts. And you know he would, Joseline. That's why you don't want her around. And you know that she knows too much about you. Let's face it, Ballistic would fuck the hell out of Daisy. Come on now. Are we gonna act like he wouldn't? Now, that's not obviously the full reason that Daisy's not on the tour. I don't know. Maybe it could be the full reason that because she's threatened by her. But Joseline also called Daisy thrifty on Instagram. That prompted Daisy. She said she was sick of the internet shit, so she created a diss track. And she released a song because she is a music artist, believe it or not. Who's not these days, right? Everybody can create a song. No shade to Daisy, because I actually like this little diss song she made. It actually thumps, I ain't gonna lie. And Daisy's actually opening up for Suki. Suki's going on a tour called the Good Cat Tour. Good Coochie Tour, something like that. And Daisy's her opener. And Daisy created this diss song, and it's called Puerto Weak Ho. Puerto Weak Ho. Now, the song actually slaps. Like, she rides the beat, and in the song, she's reading the hell out of Joseline, okay? I want to play it here, but I don't want to get a copyright. But I want you guys to really hear the song, so please go pull it up on whatever music platform you have, Spotify, Apple Music. Pandora, Amazon Music, Tidal, whatever. It may be on YouTube. I think it's on YouTube. Porto, like Puerto Rico, Puerto. Puerto Week Ho. Weakhoe. Puerto Rico. And in the song, Daisy says this a couple of times, which has me laughing. It's my favorite part of the song. She says, "What the fuck is a doon cha-cha?" In the song, y'all just gotta go listen to it. In the song, she's going in on Joseline, saying this, saying that, and then she says, "What the fuck is a doon cha-cha?" And it's true. It's like, all along I've been doon cha-cha. And it's been, and I'm like, what the fuck is a doon cha-cha? All along, like, what the fuck is a doon cha-cha? You know what I'm saying? She also, in the song, references to Joseline using a strap-on with ballistic. Now, that's all alleged by Daisy, but that's in her song. She says that Joseline straps up and fucks ballistic. She also claims that Joseline sold pussy at is it the LV? It's some club. The Lex, the something. Some strip club. Joseline allegedly sold pussy there. She also was evicted from some apartment at one point because she said, "How you get evicted when you selling pussy," or something like that in the song. You have to go listen, okay? It's safe to say that Joseline and Daisy will not be going to lunch or doing cha-chaing anytime soon. I just hope you, Daisy, don't end up like Big Lex. I've always liked Daisy. I don't know what it is about her, but I've always liked her. And I liked her on this season, even though I wish she could have brought a little bit more. I liked her. And I don't see why Joseline didn't bring her on the tour. I feel like it was stupid of her not to bring Daisy on the tour. Here's the thing. Here's where she fucked up. You could have had Lucky on the tour. You could have had Daisy on the tour. Is that all the OGs? Who's the other OGs? Whatever other OGs there were, because that would have brought more fans, because the fans who've been watching you forever are invested in these girls and they love these girls. But now you've got the Las Vegas girls that we're just now kind of getting introduced to, and no shade, none of the the New York girls. You got these New York girls who were just being introduced to, the fans were just introduced to, and no shade to the New York girls, but you didn't have many stars out of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really care to see Egypt. I don't really care to see Holiday. I don't really care to see Precious. I don't care to see Andrea. I don't care to see T-Love. The only one I would care to see is Wet Wet if I went to see the Cabaret. And I would have loved to have seen Daisy. Daisy, Wet Wet, Lucky. But you got rid of all them. Besides Wet Wet, of course. So it's just like, you're not making smart business decisions, Joseline. Letting your ego and your pettiness get in the way. Now, will there be a reunion? As I asked earlier, I'm very curious to see. Some people say, well, what would they talk about? What would the reunion be about? You know, there's still unresolved drama. Drama between Daisy and Egypt with that whole issue that happened with her and T-Love. All three of them that happened at the beginning. The drama between Yummy and Natural, and then between Yummy and Wet Wet. You know what I'm saying? The love triangle between the girls. Where is that now? Is Natural and Egypt dating? Are they together? Did Natural ever come to Michigan? There's still a lot we could talk about in at least a one-part reunion. And I hope they do it. I hope we get it. If not, this will be the last time we talk about Joseline's Cabaret. This will be the last after show that we have on Joseline's Cabaret until the next season rolls around. So that leads me to ask, do you think there will be a reunion? Do you want to see a reunion? And where do you think the next city will be if we get a Joseline's Cabaret season 5? Do you think... I'll tell y'all where I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be Joseline's Cabaret, LA. Only because that would only make sense because that's the only major city that they haven't done. They've done Atlanta, they've done Vegas, they've done Miami, and they've done New York. It only makes sense to go back out to the West Coast and go to LA. Unless they go to like Texas or something like Bad Boys did, but that just doesn't make sense for a cabaret, really, in my opinion. I don't know. I want to hear from you guys on where you think the next season will be. And if you want to go check out Joseline's Cabaret, like I said earlier, she's on tour now with the Cabaret Girls, minus Daisy, of course. So yeah, we're going to wrap this up. I want you guys to please join the conversation and let me know what you thought of the season and the episode. And make sure you subscribe to the channel by clicking the subscribe button below this video. Also, click the thumbs up button and like this video. That is your way of showing the channel's support and love. If you want to take the love a little bit further, you can donate to the channel by clicking the description box below, and there will be ways that you can donate using PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, and Zelle. I'll also put my Amazon wish list there for those who want to use that. Any last words? Any last things? I don't think so. Making sure you guys check out the Baddies East after show each and every Sunday night live here on the Damien After Dark channel. Also look out for new content coming soon with Now That's TV. I'm going to start doing after shows for their shows as soon as a new show starts to air over there and as soon as Deja Vu ends. And yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Damien After Dark, and we'll see you next time. Bye.